What's up, everybody? The Super Bowl 55 event celebration has officially begun in-game, which starts February 2nd, which is when I'm recording this, going all the way until February 8th. So by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure exactly when. You'll have a few days left to actually try out the game mode. This video, we're going to be talking about what exactly the game mode is, how it plays, showing some footage to give you guys kind of some insight on the whole situation, as well as the things that you can earn, as well as the titles and all the items that you can earn from the event itself. So as I mentioned, the new event, as you guys can see on the bottom right here, the Super Bowl 55 event celebration or celebration event, whatever you want to call it, February 2nd till the 8th. If you guys are unaware how to do events in Rocket League now, what you can do is you can go to view challenges, and then it will have the special event underneath already your weekly challenges. If you click on that, it will then showcase what it is, and it also gives you a direct link on how to queue it. You can either do it through casual, through the limited time mode, or you can actually do it through this menu itself. There's two things you can earn. You can earn the wheels, as you see showcased in the photo. I also have them equipped on mine. Go Packers. You can get these if you win 3 matches. If you win 3 matches of the new game mode, you will unlock those. If you end up playing 5 matches in the new game mode, you will then get the title Gridiron Guru. If you don't know where that is, you can go into your profile under choose a title to display, scroll down, and it's hopefully in there in alphabetical order. It is. There you go. Gridiron Guru. So with that said, let's actually take a look at a little bit of the gameplay. So to kind of explain how this works, if you guys are unaware in the way that it plays out, when the game starts initially, when it's neutral, you'll actually have a diagonal kickoff. You'll have 2 people going across each other into the actual play. After a scoring possession, whoever scores, the other team will then receive the ball. It'll randomly pick one of the 2 people that are lined up in the middle because it is 4-on-4. It'll take 2 of those people in the middle and it'll just give it to them. It counts down perfectly to 0 seconds. That person then receives like the kickoff, and then it goes from there. And you're going to see throughout this replay ways that you can really abuse it. The thing that is very weird about this game mode is the way that the whole situation works. When I talked about this coming out initially, wasn't sure how the like out of bounds system was going to work. And it is actually, if you look at the walls on the top here, when you go above that, so where the blue lining is, you have to go all the way above that on the wall before it ends up kicking the ball off of you. It actually will make a noise. It'll say out of bounds, and then the ball will just drop off. The whole game mode is very interesting because this is just, I mean, it's chaos. You are basically talking 4-on-4 with people ball chasing the entire time. Maybe it's different in Europe, but nobody in North America passes, and that remains consistent in this game mode. It is pretty much more of the same if we're being completely honest. So this is that kickoff I'm showing you off. It automatically gives it to the guy straight back, and then they're able to kind of go their way with it. They can throw it, they can pass it, they can kick it. He ends up throwing it, and that showcases 2 different ways you can score. If you dribble it in and you don't throw it, it's 7 points. And if it is, so you're going to see here, wait for it. I'm the best. But if you dribble it in without releasing it, you get 7 points. But if you throw it and it goes in, or if you end up own goaling in any capacity, it is 3 points. And that's kind of how this one plays out. It's a little bit chaotic, but there's some really cool stuff you can do with it. I do recommend, if you can, queue with a friend or friends if you have them. The ability to pass and stuff is probably the weirdest thing about this. It's definitely really clunky because you can't, I mean, you can, but it's very difficult to control. And I think that's the thing that's going to take the most getting used to, is how to actually pass the ball. I don't know the like physical way to choose which direction. Like if I jump and I'm facing a certain way and I jump again, because a double jump will just kind of pop it straight up. But if I air roll left or air roll right as compared to diagonal, does that change certain things? And there is a little bit of a skill ceiling to this. For a lot of people that understand the whole mind game situation of slowing it down and dribbling and stuff like that, you can do some really exciting things. I will say, though, it is ultimately just a big, giant ball chase. It is a bunch of people double committing and cutting each other off and bumping each other. But the biggest thing I want to take about with this whole game mode is it's different. It is something we've never seen before. There is some newness to it. Obviously, there is some similarities in the way that things are, but you're adding a brand new ball. Like, we haven't seen this ball model. We have yet to see the physics with the way the ball bounces yet. There has been some mods from some of the guys that make custom maps, like Gidek and all of those dudes, where they have made an actual American football, and I think they did a rugby ball, possibly. Maybe that was it. So we have seen this kind of shape, this oval shape before, but I hope that after this is all said and done, that we still have the ability to, in the future, with mutators and everything else, select this as an option. I would love to play in tournaments where I can make this as an option. I can choose this ball and change it up. This is going to be a limited time mode, so after it is gone, I wonder if they're going to give you the opportunity to do it and choose it as a preset. I don't know if that's going to be the case, and I really hope it is. I do think that something different is always exciting. I've talked to Lethmir a little bit about this. Anytime that they put stuff like this in game, those assets become usable for him to make unique maps and kind of cool variants. And it's not just like, hey, he can use this ball now, or he can use this kind of map thing. There's some really cool stuff that he can do in the regards to the way that the triggering system works, the way that that ball is kicked off automatically to a player. He can use that kickoff and then bring it into a different map, and that stuff, when it's pre-coded, he can just kind of copy paste over, and it saves him a lot of time. So that's kind of what I get excited anytime new stuff comes out, just because I know what Lethmir is capable of, and the rest of the guys, like GLH and everybody else, they're very talented with kind of mixing things up. So I do enjoy the new assets that they can use, and I'm curious on how they're going to use it. But overall, this is the first time that we have seen like a completely unique game mode in regards to the way that the game plays. Like, yes, it's still technically Spike Rush in its own regard, but it is not a release. It is, how would you describe it? I mean, you're still releasing it with jumping, and it sets a limitation. In the past with like Spike Rush, you could double jump and you could move and you could, you know, use that flick to put a little bit more power, and you get a little bit more control on this. But that limitation is what makes, I think, the skill ceiling a little bit more balanced for everybody. And I feel that may be a way that Psyonix goes and approaches a lot of their new game modes, where it is something new, unique, and different, but they still need to make it available to the casuals. Because if there's a bunch of people that are coming in from free to play, and they see this for the very first time, they're like, you know what? How the heck are we going to play this game? It's so crazy. It's so above and beyond. They could jump into this, and yeah, it's chaotic, but ultimately, like, you're still able to laugh and giggle and have a good time as long as the MMR system works. This is based upon your casual MMR. I don't know if it shows it. If I tab, it does not. But the casual MMR is what it's based upon. Based upon what you do for like your casual queue in 2s and 3s. That is what is determined to figure out who is where and what. I will say that there is a lot of people initially when I did this, myself included, because I was just trying to get the title right away. If you notice that you are probably going to lose, there is a lot of people leaving matches because they are trying to get those wins as quickly as possible, which is really nice. So the fact that you're going to see a lot of games kind of have bots kind of coming in and out really sucks. Honestly, it kind of ruins the experience for a lot of people. And I wish there was a penalty. I'm surprised there isn't. I know it's a casual LTM, but I think when there's this many people trying to do this kind of stuff, there needs to be some sort of penalty that doesn't allow them to leave. Like, it kind of ruins the whole process. So I do hope that in the future they end up just saying like, hey, this is kind of what you chose. You have to sit and play out this entire match unless you forfeit. If your team chooses to forfeit, then yes, you can all leave. But I do think something that they might want to implement in the future with limited time modes is, quite honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea if for limited time modes they do have a forfeit system rather than treating it as like a true casual game mode. So that is some of the gameplay from the new Gridiron mode. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys enjoy the new game mode? Do you not like it? How do you feel about it? Do you think it's lame? Do you think it's something you'll find yourself playing again? If someone put it in tournaments, do you think you would actually play it? I do think this in a 1v1 or something in that regards. I think 4v4 again is way too chaotic. I would love to see this in a 2v2. I think 2v2 with the ability to put a lot of emphasis on passing, as well as like one blocker, one attacker kind of situation. I think you do some really cool stuff. And I think that's what gets me most excited is if you give it to the community and let the community go wild. I think there's some fun game modes that you could come up with about ways to do like mid-air pass plays. Like one person is passing, one person is kind of shooting or receiving, and you have to stay back behind a certain part and try to hit the craziest shot. Like, I think there's some really cool stuff, like trick shot stuff you could do, but I'm curious on what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. With questions, comments, concerns, as always, down there. And while you're down there, if you guys enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Check out the social medias, and I will catch you next time. Peace.